Travel back in time with a trip inside the Iowa's News Now vault.
At 11 this morning, about 400 night shift workers met with union leaders for about 45 minutes before casting their votes at the ballot box. Then at 2 o'clock this afternoon, the strike was called.
And at this point, we certainly see necessary at 12:01 tonight, the people will be out of the plant.
The union members have received their instructions on keeping the peace once the picket lines are set up.
We have to be really organized to do it and keep our peace and not make any trouble with anybody else. Have no one drunk out there to do it.
Okay, and it's, how did you vote?
I voted for strike.
Most of the day shift employees did make it into work today, but
I understand that there are up to 400, 500, 600 people that's been suspended.
Rick Harover was one of those suspended for taking part in a work slowdown.
The foreman stood in the center of the department along with the superintendent and said, "You're all suspended for the balance of the day for an illegal work slowdown."
Night shift employees expect to get suspended too.
We ain't gonna do nothing. Just go in there, and if they say out, we're going out. If they don't say nothing, we gotta stay in there till 12:01, then we're going out anyway.
The company appears to be getting ready for a strike. It sent dozens of workers home early today and wasn't buying any hogs.
I was down there at the yard and I asked them if we got any hogs coming. They said no. So we punched out. We were only there about 50 minutes, 55 most.
What will you do if you're on strike for a while? How are you going to support yourself?
Best I can. I just pray to good Lord takes care of me.
And could a strike be averted at the last minute? Well, Union President Zimmerman says the wheels are in motion for a strike, and it's too late to turn back now. The strike was scheduled for midnight, and at 5 minutes till, about 200 union employees marched to the front gate of Wilson's, where a rally was held. A few minutes later, the remaining union workers inside the plant walked off their jobs and joined the strikers.
We stick together, we're strong!
Local union president Gary Zimmerman was there to thank the workers who walked out. The striking employees want their wage cuts reinstated and are willing to sit out a strike.
I want my job back and I want my money back, and I'll be a happy person.
How long are you willing to be out here for?
Forever.
We are going to win this case.
Absolutely.
What is your name? About a half dozen trucks were inside the plant waiting to leave, but the entrance was blocked. Then suddenly, one of those trucks came barreling out of the plant, and although this picture doesn't show it, it almost ran over some of the strikers. Union members responded by throwing bricks and other items at the truck. And was there any warning that guy was coming out or anything?
There was absolutely no warning whatsoever, and I talked to the membership here, and we have no qualms with the truckers coming back out of here. We certainly encourage them not to try to come back in, but this guy didn't give us no warning whatsoever. He just floorboarded the thing and come out here about, you've seen him there about third gear, and the smokestacks was steaming, and thank God our people did get out of the way so nobody got hurt, but it was really scary. I can't believe that he reacted that way.
At the time of the incident, there was a police car nearby, but it did not respond. The owner of the truck says he is going to file a lawsuit against the city for not providing adequate police protection. This morning, police barricades were set up outside the plant, and at least 3 police cars could be seen inside.
The human barricade went up before dawn. More than 200 Wilson strikers blocked 3rd Street to all semi-truck traffic heading into Wilson's main gate. Determined to keep any strikebreakers from entering the plant, they carefully inspected all the cars and vans of non-union office personnel heading for work. Several of them arrived in this caravan shortly before 9 o'clock. But defying a court order and the wishes of their own union president, strikers continually turned away semi-trucks. This rig used a police escort to go about 10 feet into the hostile crowd before backing away. Strikers outnumbered the police 10-1. The union president says this shouldn't have happened.
We feel that the perishable product, that they should be able to clean the meat out before it spoils.
What's going to happen? Will the union take any stand against those that throw bricks or rocks or cause any violent activity then?
Well, we've issued a don't do list, and I hope that they'll follow that and that incidents will not happen.
But incidents did happen. This refrigeration truck made it halfway down 3rd Street before being pelted with bricks. The driver was not injured, but every cab window was broken. Late this afternoon, Cedar Rapids Police Chief Ray Baker proclaimed the police would not be intimidated by the strikers. About 70 uniformed officers arrived at the plant gates in a large caravan. That created a quiet but tense scene as the evening approached. Wade Wagner, 2 Action News, Cedar Rapids.
During the evening, there were several shouting incidents. Many strikers were angry over the show of force by police, but police and union officials had agreed the massive effort was needed to ensure the safety of truckers and non-union workers leaving the plant. The law enforcement effort at the picket line will end up costing the city thousands of dollars, according to Public Safety Commissioner Floyd Bergen. But Bergen says it's too early to put an exact figure on the overtime cost. During the heated moments at the picket line, there were accusations of police brutality, especially during arrests. Police are investigating one incident where a 17-year-old boy, Donald Craig, was injured.
At about 10 this morning, national and local UFCW officials met behind closed doors. Then, about 20 minutes later, Wilson's labor relations expert, Don Davis, was called in. Any specific proposals that you have to put on the table?
We really don't have any comment.
The two sides finally sat down for the beginning of what one union representative called hardball negotiations. Then, after negotiating with union members in this room for about 30 minutes, company officials left the meeting, and Wilson spokesman Don Davis said, "We don't know if we'll be back."
What we did was we asked for a recess amongst ourselves, and we would call the company and tell them we would be able to get back together again, which is, it's not uncommon in negotiations.
Before meeting again with company officials, union leaders say they want to discuss some of the options available to them. And although there are reports from the livestock futures markets that a strike settlement is near, Anderson denies it.
Well, I can categorically tell you the settlement is not near. We're still a long ways apart.
Company and union officials met separately this afternoon and will possibly get together for discussions this evening and throughout the weekend in an attempt to settle the strike, which will enter its 8th day tomorrow. Gary Grigsby, 2 Action News, Chicago.
Those who worked the hog kill started filing through the plant gates at mid-afternoon. How do you feel going back to work today?
Well, we got our job back, but I thought we'd get more fringe benefits back. I'm kind of disappointed.
Well, I wish we'd got a little bit more.
Are you a little bit discouraged right now?
Yeah, really.
Will you work hard?
Will I work hard? I'll put my time in anyway.
Walter, what do you think of heading back today?
Well, just like home sweet home to me.
Are you glad to be going back?
Right.
What about the pay cut you had to take?
Well, it just one of those things. Either take it or leave it, so I decided I'd take it.
Do you think everybody will work hard?
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of guys probably, feel about the same way I do. Glad to have at least a paycheck coming. But it is quite the cut, though.
This is the reason for the workers' reluctance. Before April 22nd, when the company filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy, the base wage rate was $10.69 an hour. And the contract approved yesterday calls for an $8 an hour wage. It also eliminated 2 paid holidays, reduced vacations, and cut health benefits.